How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Joys of Aquatics channel. So, let me go ahead and give you a little update on two things. The tanks in the room and the new customized, box filter that I put in here. So, you guys can see the water is a bit cloudy. It's actually a lot less cloudy than it was before. It was almost a little more than twice the cloudy about a little over 12 hours ago. So I did a water change yesterday around 6:30, and closer to about 11 right now. So yeah, it's been a little more than 15 hours. Um, don't know really if it could be maybe that I just need a better air pump because I'm running one of these USB pumps, which I do have a better air pump, but I need to get the other 20 gallon going, which I just might have to do that, fill it up with water, and just get the pump going in there because the pump's meant for a 40 gallon, and split off the air into T's, and maybe that'll get more suction in there. But let me show you guys real quick. So here's the other side. Sorry for the lack of lighting, but as you can see, I got bubbles in there, and I could definitely see debris being trapped at least in the first two sponges for sure. Let me see, there's a lot. The fry really like hiding there, and I actually needed to crush some more of this bulk, not lava rock. This is dragonstone, I think it's what it's called, or something like that, and make little more areas so that the bigger fish can't chase them. But it does seem to be working. But I think if I get a better flow through it, I can make it work even better. I took off the nozzle. Because it was actually, if I left it where it was, I actually had to, you guys can see the line there, I had to dig in a little bit to get that thing in there, because if I would have just left it at the regular line here, the nozzle would have just stuck out completely. So I just took it off. I might just cut it down to size. I'm not exactly 100% sure yet, or I'll just leave it like this for now. So just to show you guys that and update you on that. Aside from that, fish are doing fine. I got a bunch of little fry in here. I got multi-size fish in there. There's a couple of them that have been trying to get out for a while. Some of the bigger ones, but they are very fast. So, and it's really hard to do without catching some of the little guys as well. And they can hurt the little guys while I'm trying to grab them, and I can hurt them as well. So I'll just kind of leave them be. Whenever I can opportunistically do so, I will take them out. But yeah, they're all running around there. They're all happy. Well, they're actually all waiting for food. And you know what? While I'm there, I might as well do that. But also, I've done some modifications here to my hang on the back filter. I still have my bio rings there. I'm using now the Build It Yourself top fin filters for their Silent Stream series of hang on back filters. And aside from the sponge, there is now another sponge in the front too, and that is for ammonia. So, but it's still, again, I got a lot of filtration going on in there. I'm trying to save myself time from having to do constant water changes on this and keep the babies and the fries happy. However, I do have to leave it on a low setting, because if I don't, it'll start to flood over. As you can see, it is just a little bit, but not enough really to cause me enough trouble. But alright, let's go ahead and feed these guys. So here's what I feed them. Fancy Guppy in the morning, which this bag's almost out. Spirulina, second breakfast. Lunch is brine shrimp, and then dinner, Daphnia. So that is pretty much what they eat. And I'm actually gonna have to, I think I have another bag. Yeah, I have another bag here, so good. I don't have to go looking for this stuff right now while we're technically in quarantine. But I got another bag of Fancy Guppy there. So yeah, if you guys can see, fishies are all doing fine. Most of them are happy. I got a lot of the pond snails out from here, and I have to be honest, I'm running out of snails in my main tank, so I'm thinking about taking the Nerite and the rabbit snail out of here, putting them in other tanks, and just letting them hang out in here. And I'll show you guys, I've actually already moved some of those assassin snails out of the main tank as well. So next up here is the single African dwarf frog tank at this point. But this is what I mean here by, I think that these frogs are stupid. You know, it's got a log to go into and hang out in there, but it wants to try to be under it. And that's how he ends up hurting his nose. But it is what it is. Not too much I can really do about it. But they're not going to be easy to find right now, because when I turn on the lights, they usually hit for cover. But I did put 2 assassin snails in this tank now. And the reason I did that is because although I've been trying to get rid of these pond snails left and right, they are overrunning the tank. And, you know, something needs to be done. I mean, there's an empty shell right there. Oh, actually 2 empty shells. Okay. No, I'm sorry, that's a rock. So there's 1 empty shell, so that means that they are starting to do their job. But I put an adult and a baby assassin snail in this tank. So hopefully they'll do well. The frog won't harass them. And you know, hopefully it is what it is for the moment. And if you guys see right that layer at the top, that is a frog foot. And I picked this stuff up a while back for about, I think, $2.50. The place I got it from was having it on sale for 50 cents a cup. That's how much they had. So I put about 2 cups worth in there. Put about a cup's worth, maybe 2 cups worth in there, and then I split a cup between some other tanks just to experiment, and then it ended up, you know, some of it's in here with Pinky and whatnot, and some of it was in the community tank, which all got eaten up. I didn't know platies can eat that stuff. So anyways, let's go down here and check out some of the fish. So here's Mally. Mally is doing pretty much what Mally does. It's pretty good. It has a little bit of fin damage at the end there. I'm not sure if that's fin rot anymore because there's no gray at the tips. So, but he's doing fine. The plants are not doing well, and that's because the Anarites are eating up my plants. So it is true that if you do not provide an algae source for these Anarites, they will pretty much, yeah, eat your plants. So next one here, hey, there's one of the Reilly shrimp there. I think that's a red Reilly, or Riley, I don't know, it's R-I-L-I, I don't know how the pronunciation would be, so correct me if I'm wrong. But this tank is doing pretty well. I mean, I put a bunch of moss in there not too long ago. Mamino balls in there. There's a bunch of snails in here too. I'd love to fucking put an assassin snails in here as well, and I might have to. But I will have to take out that 1 ram's horn snail that's in there and put it somewhere. So that is something that I am going to have to consider. And then there's, unfortunately, Pinky. And I'm not saying that because I hate this fish, but I am having a hard time getting this bloat out of her. And recently, it's actually starting to affect her. As you can see, she kind of just lays there and upper chest kind of starts lifting up like that. I don't know if she's comfortable or not with it. I mean, I don't think she is, and I'm starting to get concerned, but currently the hospital tank that I have right now is busy with other fish. Their treatment should be done soon. I'll have to sterilize that tank, and I'm going to have to put her in there for some more aggressive medication. Otherwise, unfortunately, it might be time to call because I've been trying, man, and it's not working. I don't know what it is. It's not working. I'm sorry to say. And on a bit of brighter news, almost literally brighter, check it out, guys. It's Neon. Neon is the glow beta that we picked up not too long ago. 2nd week now in this tank, I believe, if I'm correct. Or 1 week anniversary, could be something like that. But Neon is doing pretty well. I'm not so sure if she's actually blind or not, because she does these little things here like she's doing now whenever she sees me. she's also having less of a difficult time, coming after her food. Now, what I do to feed her is I'll feed her 2 pellets a day, just 2 of the Hikari BioGold, and I will dip my finger just a little bit at the top just to kind of imitate a bug, a fly or a bug on top of the water to get her curious. And then once she's within 4 inches, maybe even 5 inches of the food, she's good to go. She'll end up finding the food on her own and actually grab it. As you see there, she's going back and forth here. I'm assuming she knows that I'm here. So, but she's doing fine. She's doing very well. The only thing I don't know what's going on here is with these plants here, these rubber anemone-ish looking plants. But those tips used to be white. It looks like either A, she started biting them off, and spitting them out, and then they bring caught in the filter there, or B, this one right here looks like it's even got extra white parts on it around. It's coming apart. It does not seem to be affecting the fish's health at all. The snails are loving to go around it, so or in between and all that, so they're enjoying it. So I'm not alarmed as of yet. But I may have to consider taking those specific ones out, or at least this one right here and this one over here, and replacing them with something else. I do want to get more real plants in here, though. That is one thing I have decided I am going to do. Maybe put some Java moss in the back, so once I actually get this filter going, it can hide that, and it can help control with the nitrates. But so far, water parameters, everything's doing good here. Next, final tank really is the hospital tank. I do have to say, a lot of these guys are now in their final treatment. There are some that have shown good progress. Surprisingly enough, the guy whose tail, pretty much completely went missing is doing really well. Regrew a tail, much more confident, hanging out with the buddies back there. However, I have one here who is still breathing, but unfortunately not doing very well. There's still movement in the gills and still trying, but this is the last day of meds. I've run out of options for that one, so that one actually might be cold. Might be cold off. But like I said, quite a few of these guys are showing signs of recovery, though. That is good. Some of them were just fighting too much in the main tank and had damaged scales. Others, not so much. There's a really badly deformed one in here, and he seems to be fine. I just put him in here because I was worried. Seems to be doing fine now, but I'm not going to end up putting that one in the community tank. I'll probably end up using that one to maybe start cycling some of these other tanks that I got over here. Like this 10-gallon here and the 20-gallon up there. They'll contribute to helping with that. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it as far as updates go for the tanks in the room. That is pretty much all the tanks. I'm still getting my stuff together. Thank you very much for watching. If you guys liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Oh, wait a minute. We were supposed to feed the fish, weren't we? So, again, it is second breakfast. So, let's do some spirulina. I'm very generous with it. As far as how much I give them, because I want them to get nice and big. So 2 spritz. You can see on the inside that's a lot. Let's try to spread it out by blowing on it so that everybody can get a little bit. It's snowing food. And yeah, I'll pretty much leave you guys with that. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and have a great day.